With the recent announcement that Binance Labs is investing strategically into decentralized science, I wanted to take a moment to go over my top 5 picks for this bull run in the realm of decentralized science. I'm very excited to share these picks with you guys, and I'm going to preface all of it with saying I own just about every single coin in the DeSci industry, and I work with a lot of them. So my picks are my picks. I have money in my top 5 picks. Go figure. What a novel idea. Let's go ahead and get right into it. So Decentralized Science up 3.2% on the day at the time of recording, $722 million in total market cap, not just one coin, but the total market cap of all of Decentralized Science. Literally at the start of the month, 2 weeks ago, it was down around 400 million. So we are really taking off right now. You are getting in at an elevated price compared to if you were paying attention last week, but it is still such a small emerging narrative that there's a lot of room to grow. I personally believe that this will get to $200 billion in total market cap, 2% of the total crypto market. I'm thinking we get to 10 trillion as a total crypto market. And so 2% of that is 200 billion. That's my projection. We'll see how high we get. First one up on my list, and this is not in a particular order, this is just the main one everyone's talking about right now, so I figured I'd start it off with this one, is Bio Protocol, BioXYZ. They are essentially a giant index fund for bio DAOs. Now you'll see at the bottom of my screen here a scroll wheel of different DAOs, and these are all of the bio DAOs in which they've helped co-create and they've helped pump out there into the market. And so Bio Protocol is a DAO for the DAOs. They are giving you exposure into all of the bio DAOs that they're creating. Right now, I think there's 7 or 8 of them. And over time, they already have the next 3 ready to go. So over time, they're going to continue to pump these out. And if you're not familiar with a DAO, it's a decentralized autonomous organization. It is essentially giving you the rights to vote on what a group of people do, a collective community do, with a giant pool of money. And so each one of these DAOs has a treasury, has different products and intellectual property that they've tokenized, real world assets they've tokenized on the blockchain. And you get to vote to see what you want to do with those assets and how you can generate revenue for the DAO to continue to grow and expand. So they've got Vita DAO, Cerebrum DAO, Athena DAO, Valley DAO, Cryo DAO, and Hair DAO. And then Research Hub is contributing into this index fund, which is why I'm saying it's more of an index fund and less of a DAO for DAOs, because Research Hub, but whatever. And then they have the 3 more that they'll be launching very soon and more to come. So that's number 1. I believe, well, the Genesis round just ended for it and they raised $33 million. That's kind of crazy. And some of that money came from the likes of CZ's Binance Labs. So Binance Labs just strategically invested into Bio Protocol, and it kind of sparked another bull run. The same thing we saw happen last year, in which around the same exact time, we saw CZ and Brian Armstrong get excited about DeSci, and we took off. Now it's happening again. My number 2 pick on this list is Research Coin. Sorry, I got some extra drawings up here I didn't realize from the live streams, which is a convenient segue for me to say that we go live Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to talk about decentralized science, one of the only channels you'll see on the internet specifically talking and giving you updates about DeSci. So if you like this kind of content, make sure you tune in, hit subscribe, and join in for some of it. They're a lot of fun on the live streams. But last year we were talking, this is right when a lot of this stuff started kicking off last year, and we saw Research Coin go on a meteoric 8,000% rally, but now that's in the past. Now what we're seeing is Research Coin starting to break out a little bit and actually break above this area of contention on the chart. We're up at 38 cents with the current market cap of $37 million for the whole project. What's unique about Research Coin and why it took off 8,000% last year is because Brian Armstrong, the CEO of Coinbase, is the co-founder of Research Hub. Interesting. The co-founder of a decentralized science protocol aiming to help with the peer review process and the distribution of academic research. So it's a giant academic publishing platform in which people get incentivized to peer review each other's research and actually get paid to do it. In the current model, you don't get paid to do it. Researchers are just expected to go ahead and peer review each other's papers for free, and it takes a lot of time and effort. And so they're trying to incentivize it and open source, open access all of it rather than keep it gated. The academic publishers right now have like a 70% profit margin because they charge you to post the academic research and then they charge you to pay it. ResearchCoin, Research Hub is completely flipping that and actually paying people to do it. Same thing with the next pick on this list, which is Noble Blocks. Now, the Noble Blocks chart does not look as good as the ResearchCoin chart. However, it doesn't honestly matter that much. The initial spike downward here that we saw had a lot to do, well, was entirely to do with a hack that happened on a third-party platform called Hedgy Finance. I've gone over it more times than I could possibly count, but the actual token behind Noble Blocks was not impacted. This moment right here was just a mass dilution event for the supply, which is painful, but we progress forward. And part of the progression forward is the announcement of the roadmap that they just put out there. Now, I'm an advisor for the project, and so take it with a grain of salt. But again, like I said, I hold all the tokens I'm talking about, and I've talked to almost every founder in DeSci, so it's kind of hard to not make partnerships. I really am a big fan of Noble Blocks because it is hosted on top of the internet computer, the front end. The front end of it, what I'm looking at right now, is hosted on the internet computer, which makes it the most decentralized and censorship resistant platform out there. That's it. You cannot shut down the academic postings that get put on Noble Blocks. You just can't, because it's all posted on in a decentralized manner, an open access manner. They are about to launch zero knowledge proof logins. They're about to launch Noble ID, which you can kind of think about it like Gmail logins, but for scientists. They're about to launch the bounty feature for their token, which is going to give it the actual utility. They're announcing an AI summary tool for some of the scientific articles that get posted. There's a lot of cool things coming for Noble Blocks. I could go on for a while, and in fact, I go on all the time about it. We just did an AMA on Halloween about Noble Blocks, so you should definitely check it out if you want to. I'll post some of the links to everything in the description. Next coin up here is Data Lake. Now, Data Lake, again, is something we've been following for a very long time here. They just recently had a crazy push upwards from the lows and kind of replicating the exact same pattern that we saw a year ago. Coincidence? No, probably not. The whole space is doing the same thing it did a year ago. But Data Lake, where it was just constantly bleeding and then had a little bit of a spike, made a lower low, and then took off on a, what was that, like a 4,000% gain? Yeah. 4,000% gains. And then it's doing it again, just kind of diving down, 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 just took an initial pump, made a lower low, and is absolutely skyrocketing. So I'm thinking we're going back up to all-time highs and further because the total market cap is only $8.9 million for Data Lake. Same thing with ResearchCoin. I talked about it, $37 million. Noble Blocks was $1.8 million. So these are very small coins, but that's what you get when you're in DeSci because it is quite literally the most new narrative within crypto. I'm going to start speeding up a little bit. Data Lake has made partnerships with just about every single DeSci company in the entire industry. If you take a minute and scroll through some of their photos, you'll see it. It's the photos that look like this. They keep just announcing partnership after partnership. Wellshare, which is a great project as well. I think, Etika, which is another great project. I have an interview with the founder there. Arbitrum Foundation, because Data Lake is in L3, it is its own blockchain. Data Lake is its own blockchain for healthcare data. And so what they're doing is going around and partnering with different literal healthcare companies, different hospitals around Europe, and accessing the patient data with consent, of course. They're giving you ownership over the data through putting it on the blockchain and giving you access through that way. And then they're being able to compensate you for contributing your data into different research studies. And so it's really accessing an industry that has never been accessed before because it is archaic. The data that is generated every time you go to a doctor's appointment is just siloed, wasted energy on keeping it secure in there with different regulations and stuff and just keeping it on the servers. Data Lake is making partnerships and using zero knowledge proof in order to actually mobilize that data. And as you know, data is the digital oil. Everything runs off of data. And so gaining access to this is a multi-billion dollar industry. And I want to draw your attention for data lake all the way down here at the bottom. Really, they made it so tiny for some reason, but I'm going to go ahead and scroll in here and go to 400% zoom and scroll to the bottom real quick. And I want you guys to look at something and see if it kind of makes you excited about this a little bit. Look at the partnerships that they have at the bottom, the initial foundings, the initial powered by things. European funds for Eastern Poland, the Republic of Poland, and they were co-funded by the European Union. Data Lake was co-funded by the EU. They're literally working with the Republic of Poland to tokenize some of the medical data that is currently in existence. Crazy that this industry is providing us with opportunities like this at $9 million market cap. But we'll continue. This is the fifth and final coin in my top 5 favorite DeSci projects. Now, again, I could make an entire list of honorable mentions because truthfully, I am bullish on the entire industry. I don't really care what the coin is. I think it's going to do pretty well, but these are just my top 5 holdings. Now, this one is Dynex. Dynex is different from the previous 4, in which the previous 4 are really focused around the biotech area, not necessarily Noble and Research Coin. You can do any kind of academic peer review publishing there, but the others, most of DeSci is biotech. Dynex is quantum computing on the cloud. I understand that probably is a little bit weird. Not many people are talking about quantum computing right now, but quantum computing is the next frontier for computation. It is traditional computers on steroids, quite literally. It is used for probabilistic determination. I could go ranting on for a very long time about what quantum computing is, but essentially every single computer, all the supercomputers in the world, every single computer in the world combined would be about 1,000 qubits. And Dynex here did a quantum computed simulation of 10,000 qubits. So 1,000% more powerful than every single computer on the face of the planet put together. This blockchain, this quantum computation cloud. All right, just to give you a little frame of reference, they are breaking records left and right. The chart has been bleeding for quite some time, since August of last year. August of 2023, they have just been trending down and down and down. It looks like a giant bull flag to me, but to be honest, we have yet to actually break out of this bull flag, this downtrend. And so for the time being, it is still going down. It is a $30 million market cap, I believe, maybe a little bit less since we went down today. I don't really think it matters, honestly. The charting on this, I don't think it matters because what they're doing is such a revolutionary thing. I could literally go on for hours and hours and hours, but I just want to showcase to you guys that they've recently announced their 10-year roadmap in which they will be launching room temperature quantum chips. If you know, you know. They will be doing $10 million worth of buybacks. They recently just changed around some of the tokenomics so that part of the token supply gets taken out of circulation every single time jobs get done. So here's a post from Micro, who does a wonderful job with breaking down a lot of different projects, but Dynex here specifically. Gas fees, essentially every computing job run on Dynex from now on has a gas fee of 0.02 Dynex. The gas fees get paid by both the customers and the Dynex themselves. It is collected and then used to reward Dynex holders with the upcoming DHIP, which will be announced very soon. So basically, gas fees on Dynex changes from customer and Dynex's hand to the hands of the community. As far as the number of jobs, they've literally been doubling every single month for the entire year. Month over month, the jobs have effectively just doubled each and every time. We're in November. It's November 13th right now, and they've already broken the previous all-time high of 25,000 jobs all the way up at 35,000 jobs. And if you do some simple back-of-the-napkin math there, noting that 0.02 dollars worth of Dynex is going to be getting not burnt, but like redistributed every time a job happens, and we're doing 35,000 jobs a month, $10 million worth of buybacks when the market cap is literally only $30 million. You can pause the video for a second here and read some of these bullish narratives behind Dynex here if you are interested. Again, I could go on for a very long time. Quantum computing might be a little bit early for this narrative, for this cycle, but I still think at a $30 million market cap, we'll see billions for this one. Time is your most valuable asset. Hopefully this was worth investing it into. I appreciate you guys being here, and I hope to see you in the live streams. Let me know down below what is your favorite DeSci pick and how you heard of DeSci. That's most important to me.